Hi, this is Cypress Golden Bronze, and this is my voice, and I'm in the closet. Now I want to explain that again because I got another remark about the name and that it makes it looks like I'm talking down on myself if I'm saying I'm in the closet. But let me explain this. All the time that I was talking about Obama, I was amazed of how many people just didn't care. If he had been Hitler, they would have liked him, black people, you know. So the way that they think about things and the way people think about religion. And I listened to a gentleman that thinks a lot like me, more into science. And the thing that he has accepted and which brought light to my eyes is that some people's minds just don't open up to the level that you may be at. You may not be wrong, but they're just not ready for, the reality, like the Bible. There's a lot of fables in there. The Virgin Mary, the story of the Virgin Mary. All of that comes from Africa. And it was the first story, the story of Joseph and Mary. They call that in the Bible, your Christian religion, you call it Joseph, Mary, and Jesus. You call it the baby Jesus. But it was a fable that was told. And he rose because she wanted him to come back to life. He was cut up, which is, I believe, Joseph in your Bible. See how confusing it is? But and they cut him up, and she found all the pieces, put them back together, and then she wanted him to come to life, through her. And so then she was given, through the Spirit, Jesus. And that's where that story comes from. But the Bible and most Christians are going to say, and fight and fight and fight and fight. So really, actually, you're not wrong if you choose to. You need that. I understand that you need to think of church and religion in that manner. You need to think of Obama as a hero no matter what he did or where he is today. He's not hiding it. And you're just not ready to say, look, you need to treat us like this, that. Why did you treat us like this, that, and that? Just like the Mexican and anybody else that approached him. The gay community, everybody else got something because they asked for it. And they'll speak up. And doesn't mean that you're going to get everything from him, because I personally think that your president has a problem with poor black people. I really do. Detroit, Flint, Michigan, they need help. How does he have any hookup or something that he can call somebody? Or he just was no good to me. And I'll never do it again, whether every black person in this whole wide world does it or not. So now, the way I think and the way you think is two different things. Fables, always you can tell is a fable because it's basically not true. It's just the way people tell stories. They tell stories, and some of the people that wrote that Bible went and got that particular story. And the crucifixion, there were 8 crucifixions. He wasn't the only one. Jesus did get the man named Jesus. 8 were crucified. So I found that guy really interesting. I gotta find him now on my timeline because he was excellent, and it's good to bring him up again because he made a lot of sense. So that's what my voice is my voice. It has nothing to do with yours. I'm not trying to convince you or corral people in a different way to do different things. Never have. I just wanted my voice. And it's in the closet. In the closet, and the door closes. It opens when it first, this webcam will open, and then it closes. The door closes afterwards, which means it doesn't get out. It doesn't get out because a lot of people don't believe in what I'm saying. And I don't believe what you're saying. And I refuse to live my life like that. So I'm a black female that expressed herself through writing, through speaking, through webcams, and I am in the closet. And that's how I feel, because I'm separate from how you think, you know. So how everybody else thinks. Most blacks, I don't fit in, and it's real sad. But that's the way it is, and I accept. But guess what? Even though I'm in the closet, doesn't mean I stop speaking. And that's what puts me a little bit above what most people are thinking I'm doing, putting myself down. Oh no, why don't you look again? I never stopped, and I never will. I feel a little bit better today. I was heavy laden. A good friend, a person that inspired my life, period. You know, how we all want to be seen. Look at me doing webcams, and some people are in movies or they're doing different things, and that's the most important thing to them in their life. And I'm so glad that I grew to find out that it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is to be yourself. Be you. And that's what that particular friend taught me. Carl. Yeah. I learned from Carl more than I did those old fancy actors. And in fact, most of the actors, you know, I wouldn't date an actor for nothing now, because that one just didn't like to wash up, throw his clothes on, go for the rest of the day. I just personally think that is very nasty. So every actor I see now, even in person, you know, Malcolm Jamal Warner, I've met him recently. And the thing is, he's neat and clean, and you can smell his cologne before he hits. He's just clean. That's what I love that in a man. To be clean. But I look at every actor now as, ugh, he might not wash himself. I do. I would never date an actor. I don't care how fine. Idris could run around all day long and never wash his butt. You know, just think about it. Just think about it. All those rich, they got money, don't care about anybody else but themselves. They've been that way. That's how they made it. And I don't know. I just believe and wanted to bring that to your attention about in the closet and what that means. But I never will give up. I never will stop talking about some of the subject matters. Notice I don't talk about politics because I'm not interested in it. I don't understand these people. They want you to go out and they want to go to every black person, church, media source, every place to get you to vote. But then still, they're busy blocking you to vote. So I choose not to be, however it's going to turn out, it's going to turn out. I wanted a lot of changes this time, Holder and Obama. He was to discuss. Holder was a prosecutor and attorney general, and we had all these legal problems with no justice. I mean, who cannot see that that is not right? But we do, because they're black. Obama and his issue with Newtown, which started it really with me, with his remarks that he said about Trayvon Martin. I wonder I'm curious what he would say behind Emmett Till. Would he, that poor mother crying, would the wife want to send a letter or have some statement behind it? I couldn't do that. What would he have done? Emmett Till, what would he have said? And I'm going to answer it, and then you can answer it in your voice. He wouldn't have done nothing. He's trying to figure out whether he should go to Flint, Michigan, and he's thinking about it. But yet and still, he's still talking about Iran and ISIS. And I'm not going to listen to your Iran and ISIS. I don't look at regular news anymore. I no longer want to tolerate listening to something that doesn't involve me with all kinds of terrorist activity and different things happening right here in the United States of America. I just refuse. So I got confused a lot, and you shouldn't be confused. It shouldn't be that hard to vote. It shouldn't be that hard. So you will never, very seldom, the people that are running, who ain't good, who ain't bad, and I just totally am keeping myself out of it this year, or this term, or whatever. Who wins, I don't care. Doesn't make any difference, because we're going to there's someone trying to kill poor black people. Murder. That water was not an accident. And you think, what other place is this going to happen? So they're killing, the police are overkilling. Then we have the water situation right now, and Detroit has just been having a lot of problems. And I believe the person that is over that the governor is assigned, was a black guy. I saw him talk one day, and I said, that's a waste. Kids don't go to school and study to be in these positions to step on your own people. If you don't have that pride, then you really could have stayed at home and never went to school. School, what is school for? It's just to maybe learn a skill. I want to learn social media right now. So I want to sign up at a school and learn social media and enjoy the studies of it. Not necessarily mean I'm going to work in it. But, what is school? What is it for? Because it's training minds to turn against their own. Not good. So that's it. And I would like to say congratulations to a friend that went to Sundance. Not a friend, not really a friend, somebody I know that went to Sundance for the Obama movie. And I would just like to say congratulations. That's a big thing, to go to the Sundance. And great. But I want to remind you that this is my voice. And guess what? I'm in the closet. Everybody have a good day. Be happy, but be careful. Ashe.